And I just want to put this out there now, even though I've already started talking about it. I'm not an instructor, I'm not here to teach, I'm just here to tell you things that I think I know and what I'm doing to try and make myself better. So there you go, there's your disclaimer. Well, here we are. Rev-matching. The art form that scares many a new rider. I'm a new rider. It scares me. It's not easy at first, and we're going to talk about it today. So what is rev-matching? Well, essentially, you've got different ways that you can slow your motorbike down. You can slow down by letting off the throttle and using your brakes, which is perfectly acceptable. Another way that you can slow down is by doing this, coming down the gears and letting the engine do the work for you. Now, without rev matching, this is what this looks like, okay? I'm going to take it down to second. I'm releasing out the clutch, and there's a little jolt. Oh, I don't know if that came across in the video, but there's a little jolt that the bike does in that situation, which isn't really comfortable, can be destabilizing, and that little jolt is what rev matching does away with. You're matching the engine RPM to the speed that the wheel is spinning, and it makes downshifting and engine braking a lot smoother. And I'm going to try and show you at this corner. And by the way, yes, we're starting off another Lou on 2 video with a trip to the post office. It wouldn't be Lou on 2 without it. Let's see if we can do it here. The aim of the game, the goal is to make the change as smooth as humanly possible. So I'm in third. I'm going to switch it down to second for this turn, okay? So here we go. Down into second, rev it, release the clutch. You see how smooth that was. It wasn't as smooth as it could be, but it was smoother than just letting the clutch out without matching the revs. Here we are again. Enjoy your merch. Let's go and do some rev matching, shall we? Just make the turn. Oh, it's coming. So let's try it here. No one's behind. So we're at 48 mile an hour, 4th gear. If I wanted to take it down into third now without rev matching, this is what's going to happen. See the jolt? The engine's working hard there. You're kind of bogging your engine down by just releasing the clutch like that. I'm going to show you once more. A little bit slower this time, because I don't want to f***ing fly over the handlebars. Into third, and I release the clutch, and it really jolts you forward. It's very uncomfortable. No one's behind. So 48 mile an hour, I'm going to shift into third. Rev match. See how much better that was. Much nicer, smoother. I wasn't jolted forward, I'm not destabilized, and honestly I feel like it's better for the engine, in my opinion. I don't know if that's true. I'm no mechanical genius, but this is something that I'm, as a new rider, trying to get used to, doing this rev matching rather than just using my brakes all the time. I mean, I did have to use my brakes in the last video pretty heftily. Go and watch that. I made some mistakes, like a series of mistakes that I should never have made. Go and give it a watch. But I'm still making mistakes with rev matching. Sometimes I'm not quite timing it correctly, because it's a series of things you got to do. Let off the throttle, clutch in, downshift, rev, clutch out. It's definitely a challenge, but it's a good challenge. So 5th gear here, right? We're coming up to a red light. So I'm going to start this early. Downshift to 4th, rev it, and that was a really smooth change down to 4th. No one's behind. Now let me take it down to 3rd. Rev, release it, and go. Down to 2nd. It's not perfect, a lot smoother though. That wasn't smooth at all. Rev matching into 1st, well done. And coming up to a red light. Okay, rev match. That was a bad one. That was better. Into 2nd. See how you're bringing the revs up so you can match the speed. And you can bring the speed down of the bike by with the engine rather than just using the brakes. Now, I'm not advocating never using brakes, of course not, but yeah, that's it. So it's, I don't know, it seems a lot more difficult when you're reading about it and stuff, but when you actually get on the bike it's pretty intuitive as you get more comfortable with switching gears, because you know, using both hands and both feet to do stuff like can be very, very confusing when you first get on it. But we're in 5th gear, 48 mile an hour. I'm gonna downshift twice into 3rd. I went from 5th to 3rd, rev matched, and it was a nice smooth transition. Down to 2nd, so smooth. I'm just going to let it coast. And there we go. I hardly had to use my brakes there. It's a lot of fun. It really is. Yeah, today's the only day where I want red lights. So let's go from 5th down to 3rd, rev it, release the clutch. There's such a smooth transition. Down into 2nd. That was a terrible transition, but see, it's not perfect. Some are good, some are bad. Thank God for that, I thought that was me. Whew. Alright, let's come down the gears. 4th, 3rd, 2nd. See that? How smooth that was. That was a really good one. I'm happy with that one. Then I'm just coasting, putting into 1st. Don't do it. Good, good, very good. Now I am by no means an expert at doing this at all, at doing anything on a bike, but I can tell you from when I started on the bike, when I wasn't even using rev matching, when I was only letting the engine do all of the work without giving it any help, to now, it's a night and day difference, honestly. I don't want to be behind this guy, debris. It really is a night and day difference, and I'm pleased with the progress so far. Still a long way to go with everything, but it's going nicely. One long boring road to where I need to get to. I'm actually on the way to pick something up that's going to be pretty cool for the channel. Well, for both of my channels, for this one and my other one. Well, here we are, I've reached my destination, and we've reached the end of the video. Hopefully I've done a good enough job of showing rev matching. Don't know if the explanation of what it actually is and what it does was any good, but hopefully I've given you a decent demonstration. So if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to Luon2. Show your appreciation by subscribing. Like the video as well if you could. That'll get more people in to view it. And yeah, I will see you next time.